Hello, everyone. This is me, Abdul Samad, and today we are giving the final presentation on the Gordie Howe International Bridge case study, which is the uh, presentation of the project management course. And we are three members in the group: me, Abdul Samad, Stacy, and the Shadab Ahmed. Further, move on the presentation. I will giving you the first introduction on the Gordie Howe International Bridge case. Okay, the further move on, we have divided the project initiation and planning into two parts. The first part is the objective, success factor, schedule, and budget. The objective is about to construct a 2.5 kilometer six-lane bridge linking Windsor, Canada, and Detroit, United States to enhance cross-border mobility and the trade. And the factors about is to close coordination between both governments, robust risk management framework, clear sustainability objectives. And we have the budget on this six lane bridge is about the total contract value is 5.7 billion Canadian dollar, and it has the phase about the construction is 74 months and operation and the maintenance is 30 years.
So at the initiation stage, the key stakeholders here were the Windsor-Detroit Bridge Authority, which owns the project, and Bridging North America, the private consortium responsible for the design, build, finance, operation, and maintenance too. The government of Canada and Michigan, as well as local communities and businesses, also played a critical role on this project. And there were the top initial risks identified were the binational governance complexity, the supply chain and pressure, sorry, and inflation, the the community litigation, the pandemic disruption, and um, the workplace shortages. Recognizing these risks early on allowed the team to plan for mitigation strategies early on time and be ready to get the project on rail.
Now, coming to the execution, monitoring, and controlling. This slide focuses on execution, monitoring, and controlling, specifically on risk management insights for the Gordie Howe International Bridge Project. The table, as you can see, the table highlights the top 5 risks identified for this large-scale cross-border infrastructure project, along with their probabilities, impacts, and mitigation strategies. First, we have binational governance complexity, which has both high probability and high impact. Since this project involves coordination between Canada and the US, managing multiple authorities and regulations is challenging. To mitigate this, weekly coordination meetings between the Windsor Detroit Bridge Authority and Bridging North America are conducted. Next, the supply chain disruption has a medium probability but a high impact. To address this, the project relies on local sourcing and diversifying its suppliers to reduce dependency on any single source. Then we have the third major risk is labor shortage, which is a high probability and medium impact. This is mitigated by workforce planning and maintaining flexibility in labor sourcing. Then we have the cost overrun, which carries a medium probability and high impact. To manage this risk, the project team performs regular budget audits and maintains contingency funds. Finally, we have community litigation poses a low probability but medium impact risk. This mitigated through early stakeholder engagement and mediation to resolve potential disputes proactively. In the summary, I like to say this slide shows the structured risk management through identification and assessment and mitigation helps keep a large complex project like the Gordie Howe Bridge on the track and under control.
Okay, so so the second part of the execution monitoring and the controlling is about the progress tracking and communications. How it's going done. So the progress tracking is about they provided the weekly reports issued to monitor, which is taking the milestone, budget, and risk. And it also having the bi-weekly teams lead meetings to review progress and implement the corrective actions. And in the communication and stakeholder engagements, they having a very regular town halls and newsletter to ensure transparency on both sides of the border, active feedbacks loops with the communicates and partners to inform decision making. And further move on, the result of this execution in which having the progress tracking and communication is which is based on the consistent communication strengthen trust and stability, supporting smooth project and execution.
So overall here, our evaluation shows that the Gordie Howe International Bridge project has been a huge success. And different criteria can be taken to evaluate this. First of all, on scope, the project was delivered accordingly to contractual requirements. Secondly, on schedule, minor delays were identified and mitigated efficiently. Thirdly, on budget, the project has remained within the planned financial budget, actually the envelope of 5.7 billion Canadian dollars. And the stakeholders were all satisfied. The satisfaction level was actually high thanks to continuous transparency and proactive communication and engagement all the way. So the key lessons learned is that early risk detection and strong coordination were essential here to maintaining control over the whole project and over such a large actually project by national initiative too. So this case demonstrates how disciplined project management and collaboration can turn complexity into a long-term value and well-handled projects.
Finally, before I conclude, I would like to acknowledge the key references that inform this project. The first source is the Project Management Institute, which was founded in 2021, a guide to the project management body of knowledge. The second reference is from the Windsor-Detroit Bridge Authority from 2022, titled Gordie Howe International Bridge Project Updates, which provides current information on project progress and development. The third reference we have is the Michigan Department of Transportation from 2024, GHI Bridge Project Overview retrieved from the department's official website at michigan.gov/m. And finally, the Gordie Howe International Bridge Case Study from 2025, included in the course packet, served as a valuable reference for real-world project insights. Together, these sources provided the foundation for our research and analysis on this project. I hope you guys like this presentation, and if you have any questions, you can just drop in the comment sections.
Thank you for listening.
Thank you so much, guys, to listening this presentation, and I hope everyone is good. And this presentation gave us a very good score as well.
Thank you for listening. Okay, so are we good with this?
Yes, on my side.